Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about a theory that I've been wanting to make for a while, such as why I believe Kairi and Namine could be the leading factor into being the downfall planners for the Master of Masters, due to the fact that I believe Kairi and Namine could have the best abilities to be able to help win against the foretellers and even the Master of Masters. Now I'm going to explain why. Number one, Kairi and Namine are the same person, so it's not that difficult when it comes to them being able to use their powers together. Kairi's abilities and Namine's abilities are going to be very influential in the Kingdom Hearts series, probably now, I'm hoping, due to the fact that I know Nomura doesn't really use Namine mostly at all in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, and I talked to my friend Damien about this, and that's because I believe Kairi is just mainly used as a plot device. I don't think Kairi's actually used as a device to really have a storyline anymore. She's more just a plot device to keep the story going so the main characters can win, due to the fact that in Kingdom Hearts 3 she was only really there to awaken Lingering Will and to talk to Sora. That was literally what Namine was there for. And Kairi's main job in Kingdom Hearts 3 was to keep Sora alive when he was about to die, and to be used as a dummy, a bag of just Play-Doh, because she just got destroyed in a second against Xehanort, until they got to the fight with Kairi and Sora fighting together against the Xehanort. They went against the Xehanort that they were fighting in their location. But the thing here is that I think Nomura has finally started to see the potential that Kairi and Namine could have in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. And that's because I believe that Namine's powers, and same for Kairi's, could help influence a lot of the story in the Kingdom Hearts 4 video game, and there's a reason for that. Namine's abilities to be able to collapse anybody's heart is pretty powerful. I talked to Damien about it, and he said maybe some characters might not be affected by it, just some characters like Xehanort. I don't know, because we don't know the potential of what Namine can do and what she can't do. We do know that she was strong enough in Chain of Memories to be able to lock Ansem away inside of Riku's heart, which is a pretty impressive feat, and that Namine was able to even go through hearts to talk to Sora, and even awaken Lingering Will, who was able to even fight Terranort. They're supposed to be equal in strength, which Terranort by that time was already done schooling the Guardians of Light. So technically, Namine's feats are pretty high. And the thing here is that Kairi's feats are very high as well. She was able to make it so Sora wouldn't just be erased from existence, which is pretty cool. Also, Kairi was the one that was able to help Sora be able to defeat Goatnort in the Remind cutscene and battle, which is also pretty cool. Also, Namine was the brains to go into the Melody of Memories game to help figure out any information about Sora, which is also pretty good. But the main reason why I'm also making this video is because I believe that Namine and Kairi could work together to get more information out of Xehanort, to get more things they need answers to be able to defeat the Foretellers and to be able to defeat the Master of Masters. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Namine's powers are not conflicting to Kairi's. Actually, Kairi and Namine have a perfect balance of energy together, and I believe that this could be a perfect way for Nomura to use these two characters to make the plot actually work in their favor, instead of just being as a plot used device to make things go the way he wants it to go. Because the thing here is that Namine's potential is something we've never even seen at its full power. We've never even seen what Namine could and couldn't do. She hasn't really hit a rock yet where her powers haven't worked, which is weird to say. She's only used her powers about 4 to 5 times in the series though, so we don't really know much about it, but we do know that Namine is a pretty strong character. And we do know in Kingdom Hearts 3, she didn't really do much but awaken Lingering Will, which is very interesting for Nomura to do, because I have a reason why I think Nomura made it so Namine wasn't that prevalent in the franchise, and that's because he probably was worried that people could just say, well, why don't you just get Namine to collapse Master Xehanort's heart, so that could be an instant victory. that could have been possible. We don't know. Like Damien said, that's just a what if scenario, and this isn't Marvel, sweetheart. We aren't doing what ifs, and we're definitely not getting canceled like Marvel is. So the thing here is that if we go into the knowledge we have so far, Namine's powers have no limits. We haven't seen a limitation, and we haven't seen what she cannot be able to accomplish. And it's the same thing for Kairi. Kairi has had the power to power up the system that Ansem was using to try to find the Keyblade. And the thing here is that no one ever talks about how Kairi was chosen by Master Xehanort for even the experiments, because the thing here is that for Master Xehanort to find someone worthy of his time is an impressive feat already for that character, because Master Xehanort doesn't really waste his time with other beings he finds beneath him. That's what he says most of the time, because he has no reason to deal with anybody. That's why he sends the organization to deal with the Guardians of Light. He has no reason to mess with them. They're just useless to him. They are no meaning to cause any issues with him, because they are nothing to him. That's what he believes. And in the prophecy, he already knew he was going to win, so it's not like it really mattered anyway if he fought them or not. But the main thing I would like to explain and speak about here is that Sora has the power of waking, which is a pretty powerful ability. It allows him to traverse through worlds into people's hearts, which is pretty cool. He did it with Kairi and was able to defeat Xehanort and Remind with Kairi's body, and he didn't share any of his power with her. He just used what Kairi had, which is pretty cool on its own. The only problem I have with Nomura using Kairi and Namine the way he uses them is that I think to myself that I would like Nomura to flesh out Kairi and Namine's bond together even more, because the thing here is that Roxas and Sora have a pretty tight bond, but Nomura has not done much with Kairi and Namine. I would like to see them together more, because Namine is a really good character that Nomura needs to have shown, and a pretty good character that Nomura needs to show more in the series. And I believe that if Kairi and Namine got together, I don't think Nomura knows how to balance out their powers, due to the fact that he never balanced out Namine's powers until probably Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. But the problem here is that this is where the contradiction comes in, which is what me and Damien spoke about. Balancing Namine's powers now are a good thing. Damien believes that Xehanort wouldn't be affected by Namine's techniques, which it makes sense because the man is everything. He's literally has almost every power in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, which is understandable. But the thing here is that Namine's powers don't just have to be used to hurt people, which a lot of people don't think about. Namine's powers could also be used to influence other people to make them more willing to do what's necessary. Or Namine's powers can be used to help people when they're in their time of need, or when they're even dying in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. She was able to even talk to Sora in the afterworld. So the thing here is that no one thinks about how Namine's powers could be used to save a lot of the Guardians of Light lives. There's a lot to say, a lot of L's. In this series, if it comes to the foretellers being stronger than we think they are, or even the Master of Masters himself. And if Nomura is smart, and I think he might do this, I think the Master of Masters might target Namine first, or even Kairi, due to the fact that he probably knows what they can and cannot do, and he probably knows what they can do, which could be pretty dangerous, because no one really knows about Namine, because she hasn't been really around that much in the franchise, and it's not like Sora remembers anything in Chain of Memories, and anyone in Chain of Memories is basically dead and gone, or Axel's a good guy now and Riku's a good guy now, so it's not like anyone knows about Namine at all. They're all gone. So by debating with people that say Namine and Kairi wouldn't be useful against the foretellers and against the Master of Masters, I always tell them that Nomura has never really shown what Kairi and Namine can and cannot do for their breaking points. They've just been used as devices so far to push the plot for Sora. They haven't really been used yet as devices to push the plot for themselves. So the thing here is that we will wait and we will see what will happen in Kingdom Hearts 4, but let me know what you guys think of this theory about how Namine and Kairi could be useful against actually being able to help Sora defeat the foretellers and the Master of Masters. If you agree with anything, please leave it down in the comments below. If you disagree with anything, leave it down in the comments below. If you like this video or dislike the video, you see the like and dislike buttons. Do whatever you want. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all